Bill here with the Metals Minute. Today is Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. Well, we have most of the metals up this week. 3 out of 4 is not bad. All the details are in the write-up. And then year to date, we still have gold and palladium leading the way, with silver and platinum following fairly close behind as far as asset categories that are leading in terms of growth year to date. And so check that out and be encouraged. If you're a precious metals owner and investor, we're in the best place we could be so far this year. All right, well, we have some information about the financial markets today. Most of the news is negative if you scan the news. We see that house prices are starting to come down. We saw house sales for the month of June are down 5.4%. We see demand for mortgages is at a 22-year low. And let's talk about that for just a moment. What is going on? One of the things going on is as interest rates rise, sometimes it's harder to sell a house, even if you could sell it for more money. If you have a mortgage locked in from, a year or two or longer back, you may have terms of 3%, 3.25%. And if you were to sell your home, you would have to then turn around and find somewhere else to live, and to get the same amount of have the same amount of payment, you'd have to find less house in many cases, or a house that's priced at a lower price because interest rates have nearly doubled or just a little more than doubled in some cases, and interest rates are going to rise more as far as we know. So the ability to get a mortgage is impacting the desire to sell if you have a good mortgage. And so that's one of the issues going on. The other is just property values had become overextended somewhat in some areas of the country. And we're starting to see those prices come down a little bit. And so typically that takes time to become nationwide. So we're at what may be the beginning of a process that could be somewhat painful for the financial markets. We also see the stock market mostly lower this morning as they're trying to digest earnings reports that they expect to be less than stellar going forward. We also have some war concerns. It appears that the conflict in Ukraine is preparing to possibly extend beyond the couple of provinces that the war was initially being fought over, and that conflict may grow and move beyond those particular borders. We have other players in the region, and of course Europe is struggling with how they're going to have enough gas and natural resources to make it through the winter. At the same time, we have new partnerships being built with nations in Africa and the Middle East and European countries. So that's something to keep an eye on. We also have reports out of China. Company people, CEOs, are receiving correspondence from the government in China requesting them to transform their industry into manufacturing military-related items. So that has some overtones about possible conflict in the region. So we know that Taiwan has been an area of concern, and there's also others related to the South China Sea, and China assuming rights that they deny to others that are closer to the water in question than they are. So there's a lot of issues there in the Pacific as well. So this is a good time for precious metals owners and those considering precious metals. We're at a neat a nice inflection point right now where the dollar is strong internationally, allowing us to purchase metal here in the United States at a cheaper price. But the dollar is also in danger of reversing course and going down, and that will light a fire under those that have precious metals. So it's an opportunity we have right now to secure metal that also is in a trend that's we're going to see that reverse, and as the dollar weakens, that will give just even more emphasis to the metals. So thank you for tuning in. There's a lot going on. We'll do our best to keep you informed. Have a great rest of your week.